Firebirds fans, it's time to meet the 2022 Bird Gang. I'm Luke Maley, and today we have a familiar face in the University of Southern California catcher, Garrett Gilmet. Garrett, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Can't complain. Baseball is close. It's on the horizon. You obviously playing some ball, but summer baseball in the Cape just a few weeks away. Let's start things off with, first of all, welcome back to the Firebirds. And talk to me a little bit about your experience in Orleans, where you played 20 games last summer.
Like you said, I was in Orleans last summer. I had a very good time, probably the most fun I've ever had playing the game of baseball personally. I'm a West Coast kid, going to play in the East Coast. It was nice. I got to see some family out there. I had a great host family, Jenny and Mike and all the kids. It was unbelievable, surrounded by good teammates and just a great coaching staff as well.
No doubt. Well, playing in the Cape, obviously exciting for so many players, as the level of competition is the highest it's going to get for collegiate summer ball. It's the best in the nation in terms of collegiate summer leagues, and so it's a big step for a lot of guys. And you came in and did it right after your freshman year. So what was that like for you to obviously playing at a large Division I school with such a prominent baseball team like USC, but that adjustment to you're playing a lot of the high level guys. It's got to be an honor. But talk to me a little bit about that transition for you.
Yeah, going in there, I knew it was going to be a tough league. Obviously, it's a very profound league, and the arms there were very talented. So I knew it was just a big learning summer for me overall. Like I got experience, had some success, and then I failed a lot. But baseball's a game of failure. I think the big takeaway for me was just like the positives I took out of it, and like how it could benefit me for the season that came after, and then the summer as well. So now I know what to expect going into it.
Well, that leads me into the next question perfectly. I got to ask, what kind of advice do you have for guys that are coming new to the Cape?
Yeah, don't try to be anything you're not. You know what I mean? Like just go in there with a plan. If you're a hitter, have an approach. If you're a pitcher, stick to what makes you successful. And just I don't know, just have fun. It's there. People love watching you play there, and it's just a great atmosphere. So,
fun's a great word to describe it. We're gonna have a lot of fun this summer. The fans, the players, broadcasters like myself. We're gonna have a ton of fun this summer. So Eldridge is going to be alive here in just a few weeks. I got to ask you, any familiar faces returning with you this year to this roster? I know that there's a couple of right-handers that are going to be pitching from your team down there in Southern California, but anybody familiar?
Luke Keeshaw, San Francisco utility infielder, outfielder. The guy absolutely mashes baseballs, absolutely crazy. He came last year in the middle of our season, maybe like little after halfway. And I'm pretty sure the first like 3 weeks he was there, it was in like 400 with like 3 bombs. So he's coming back. I'm really pumped to play with Luke again. Great kid, good work ethic. And then I don't know about anyone else, but I do know, we have 2 more kids from SC that are scheduled to come. So I'm pretty pumped about that as well.
Perfect. Well, let's dive into your season this far. You're currently hitting 285 with 5 home runs. And, you pair that with your defensive efforts and you land on the Buster Posey Award watch list. What was that like for you? And what do you have your eyes set on now?
Being on the watch list was, it was a big deal to me because I've been known as more of an offensive catcher. So now that people are starting to acknowledge my defense, it's a big step for me, but I'm not done yet. I got some work to do. But it puts into perspective like what my goals are, and where I stand with them, and how close I am to reaching them. So I do want to win that award this year, maybe next year. I don't know how it works out, but it is pretty cool, and I'm blessed to have that.
Awesome. Well, baseball is such a large part of your life, but what should fans know about you that maybe isn't about the game of baseball? It's off the field. What are you like?
I'm pretty laid back. I love conversation. I love when people come up and talk to me. I mean, I just play a lot of video games a lot in my spare time. Actually hang out with a lot of my teammates. We all live on like the same street at USC. It's kind of cool. Like a lot of us do. So we like always hang out. We're always with each other. Um, and yeah, just music and stuff and baseball and basketball, watching sports. Yeah, that's it.
Well, now I got to follow that up with another question. We got to ask, one, what system are we using to play? And two, what's the game? You know, our young fans in
The
the Cape,
game.
where
The game.
will we find Garrett?
All right. So right now I'm on PlayStation 4. I've been trying to get a PS5 for like 2 years, but I'm not really trying to pay $900 for it. But right now I'm rocking MLB The Show. I actually have a crazy record right now. I'm 23-2. So I was almost in World Series for like guys who knows what that means. So that's the game I'm rocking right now. I play some Madden and 2K as well. But those are the big three. Yeah, and then the show's the game.
Love it. Love it. Well, I've got a few more questions for you that I kind of ask everyone that are, you know, a little more fun, a little more get to know you. But first of all, you're on the West Coast. So you've got some long bus rides or flights. Walk me through what a typical travel day looks like for you. Are you the guy that sits down and binge watches a show or finds a movie, or are you listening to music? Are you one that just falls asleep immediately and stays
Okay.
asleep the
Yeah.
entire time?
That's a good question. Okay, so LAX is pretty close to us. So we 99% of the time will fly out of LAX. So I would be wake up at 5 a.m. We get to the field at around 5:45, 6, make sure I have everything packed, and then we bus at like 6:30 to the airport. So that right there, I'm already tired. I'm angry because it's early in the morning and I'm hungry. But at the same time, I don't like flying either. So I'm really anxious. So that's how it usually goes for me. So I have to like calm myself down. Like I'll just like sit down. I usually like will get like a snack and I'll just sit there until we board. I won't say a word to anyone, just have my AirPods in. Cause like I get really anxious and then get on the plane and then sleep right there. Try to fall asleep. And then hopefully I wake up when we land.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Now we'll turn it over to a bus ride. How about that? You're not anxious about the bus ride. Yeah,
Nope.
you listen to music, you talking to guys, sleeping again.
But it depends on this, like the situation. Like if it's like a Thursday and we just traveled somewhere and we're busting to like the practice at their field for the first time. Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna be playing like Mafia or like another fun bus game, or we'll just be like just talking. But if it's like a big game, like and I need to like lock in, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to lock in on the bus. And if we win, then we celebrate victories. That's what our coach says, and then like that's where the fun comes. But I try to just stay focused most of the time.
Awesome. Well, now I got to ask you, what's your favorite memory from your baseball career thus far? It's a tough one.
Yeah, this is a tough one. More recent memory, I think would be this last summer at the Cape, hitting 2 homers in a game there was pretty cool. Because I haven't hit 2 homers in a game since like I was like 13. Another one would be catching it, my buddy's no hitter in high school against our high school rivals. That was a pretty cool memory. And then probably throwing my first perfect game when I was like 13. That was a pretty cool one too. So those are my 3.
There's a lot to unpack there. So
Yeah.
the man behind the dish throwing perfect games. So if Coach Nicholson needs somebody, might be Garrett.
I threw in high school. I always told our old pitching coach who was there last year, Coach Troop, who's at Hawaii now. But I was like, hey man, like I'm telling you, if he gets, because I stayed the whole summer, so I told him like if you need an arm, like I can give you 1 or 2. So
Well, it normally doesn't happen for you guys, but you get in there and maybe you prove somebody wrong and get some more innings.
yeah, exactly.
So which MLB player do you most compare your game style to, or is there a player that you try to model yourself after?
I like since I'm a catcher, I like the traditional like style of catching, like the whole 2 feet, every like fully in a squat, like kind of stuff. So I really like Posey. Buster Posey, I think, is like one of the best catchers of all time. And then JT Realmuto, because he's like he's a little younger, absolute cannon behind the plate, and then he just knows how to call a game and control a defense. So those are my big 2.
Those are 2 pretty good ones.
Yeah.
So a problem with today's game is, a lot of people say baseball is too slow or it's just plain boring. Obviously, you and I and anyone watching this completely disagrees with that statement. But I got to ask you, someone says that to you, what is your response to them?
I'm pretty old school. I know a lot about old school baseball and a lot about old school, just players in general and stuff. So I don't like all the changes in the game, like the shift and all that. I don't really know why that, like, if you can't hit it, if you can't beat the shift, then like just get better, I think. Um, but some people have success pulling the ball, but I don't know. I'm not a fan. Some things like the robot umpires, I don't know. I've never seen them work, so I can't like judge it. But I know the shift, like, just I'm not really like, I don't mind it.
Awesome. Well, the last one, then I'll let you go. So generally the version of this question I ask is a little bit different, but since you're returning and have got a little bit of experience here in Orleans, I'll ask you, what food are you most excited for, to come back and get after a year away from the Cape? Is there anything that you've got your mindset on, or is it just
Yeah, I have two right off. Like, I think about these places actually all the time. Like, I mentioned these places like throughout the whole season here at SC, and everyone's just like, "What? And, like, what are you talking about?" I'm like, you just don't get it. The corner store is just that place was my lifesaver in the morning whenever I needed to eat something. Like, they had the best breakfast burritos and then just normal burritos I've ever had. And then the Knack. The Knack is just a solid burger place. Can't wait to have another shake from there too.
Love it. Well, get out the notebooks, everybody. Write it down. The corner store and the Knack. Might find Garrett Gilmet there. You never know. Well, Garrett, appreciate you joining us. Good luck the remainder of the year, and we'll be seeing you in June.
All right, thank you.